Let's talk about some flops, shall we? I'm talking big, huge, gargantuan flops. Flops the size of Katy Perry's 143 album. Everyone loves to talk about the Barbies, the Bratz, the Monster Highs of the world. But if you know me, you know that I have a soft spot for smaller doll lines. Doll lines by small toy manufacturers and companies. And in this video, I wanted to shed the light on 3 new doll lines that are coming out in this year. Now when it comes to these small doll lines, in a lot of instances, they're gone as quickly as they've appeared onto toy shelves. They're quickly forgotten about. In some instances, they kind of hang around for a while, but then they just fizzle out into becoming a sort of budget staple on supermarket shelves like hairmazing has become. Sometimes they don't even make it beyond wave 1. They're quickly clearanced out and quickly forgotten about. Snapstars, for example. I think that l.u.v dolls that came out last year, I believe, are also not really meant to continue moving past their initial wave. Sometimes we have doll lines like Mermaid High or Glow Up Girls where they make it beyond wave 1 and release a wave 2, but then that's about it. And when it comes to the 3 doll lines that I'm going to be talking about in this video, there's one where I sort of have kind of hope that the company behind them is investing in a lot into making them happen. But with the other 2 doll lines, I think one of them, especially because the way they're made, might be just a one-off kind of release. So let's start off with a doll line that I had already talked about in a previous news video, and that's Kawaii High by Simba. Now Simba is the doll manufacturer that is also releasing the l.u.v line of dolls. Now this new Kawaii High line of dolls consists of 3 characters. I think they're sort of like 9-inch tall dolls with long brushable hair, as well as a pet animal friend that is going to be integral to sort of like the identity of this doll line, because you see the dolls in their pets in the illustration on the box. The dolls look very cute. They're on the articulated bodies that Simba had already used for their previous supermodel doll line from 2011-2012ish, so they're fairly well articulated. In addition to the standard articulation, they have an elbow and wrist as well as a knee joint, but they also have ankle articulation, so you can pose them and have their feet be arched as well as flat. But they also have this sort of like seesaw swivel on the hip, which is odd. It does give them a bit more articulation around the hip, but if you turn the doll with that swivel around, you have the joint showing in a very odd way, but still. The dolls seem cute. I think the hair is going to be bad quality. I don't recall Simba ever releasing a doll line that had better quality than polypropylene. The fashion pieces that the dolls come with are cute, and they seem to be very well made. They have multiple fabric pieces, like one has a big sweater with a very cute pet themed motif, as well as a pair of green socks. Another has a black hoodie with her pet rabbit printed onto it in the front, and sort of like a sticker. It's a black hoodie, and she also has a skirt with this plaid sort of print on it. Now those 2 dolls, they look very, very similar. It's almost like the same character to me, because even with the hairstyle, both have the same hairstyle. One just has a split dye in the middle, but still, even with the split dye, the one half of the hair is pink, just like the other doll has pink hair. The one that I find personally the cutest is the brunette doll. She has a very cute face. All of the 3 dolls have the same face. Now with the brunette doll, she has green eyes, while the other 2 dolls have like purple grayish eyes. And the brunette doll also has this tracksuit that is pink and sort of like made of a leathery material. The fabric pieces seem to all be very well made. The packaging style is very reminiscent of OMG dolls. I think the whole surprise gimmick that they advertise on the packaging is very passé. One of these dolls retail for €19.99. Now I personally I'm looking forward to this doll line because I kind of have stopped purchasing dolls that are made from manufacturers from Northern America. Now, I bought one doll, and I promised myself that this is the play out deal. She is going to be sort of like my final doll purchase from Mattel in this instance. And let's see how long I'll be able to stick to that promise. But yeah, hashtag buy from EU. So that's why I'm like supporting a German manufacturer, in this case Simba. And I'm really looking forward to these kawaii high dolls. I'm very much interested in seeing whether these dolls are also going to be having some sort of animated shorts on YouTube. But as far as we know, they don't. But still, I think the dolls are cute. It might be a hit, might be a flop, who knows. Now let's move on to the Disney Tote-ily Teenies, put out by Jakks Pacific. Now these Disney Tote-ily Teenies are sort of like an offshoot of the Disney-ily dolls that Jakks Pacific has put out. Talking about flops, now the Disney-ily dolls aren't really flops, I guess, but still they're very mid, they're very meh. Nobody really raves about them. I think they seem to just be there. They just exist in sort of like a vacuum as some sort of Disney fashion doll that's out there that isn't Disney princess. I think the designs and the quality of the Illy dolls is all over the place. It's not very consistent. These Disney Tote-ily Teenies seem to have a very cute gimmick. So the Disney Illy Forever Tote-ily Teenies are a collection of mini dolls and purses inspired by your favorite Disney characters and stories. Each one of these fashionable mini dolls comes in an outfit that is inspired by the doll's favorite Disney character, along with some teeny tiny accessories such as sunglasses, a comb, or hair accessories, as well as a doll stand. There are a total of 12 different styles, each one inspired by a different Disney character or story. Each set comes with a mini doll that has rooted hair, as well as a purse with a clip where you can attach the doll to, and some mini doll accessories. You can play with the doll, comb her hair, but you can also display the doll on her included doll stand. The dolls measure at about just 2.25 inches. They not only include rooted hair, but they have somewhat of articulation in the neck as well as shoulders. But aside from that, there's absolutely no other articulation. What's cute about these dolls is that the doll, as well as all of the accessories, fit inside the matching purse, so children are able to carry their dolls around with them. The suggested retail price for these is $9.99. And right now, these dolls are available at Target. They're super tiny, I think at 2.25 inches. They're even smaller than the Barbie Extra Mini Minis. I have one here. Now I've attached her to my little Barbie crossbody bag. But yeah, you can see that the Extra Mini Minis are pretty small already, but these Tote-ily Teenies seem to be like McDonald's toy sized, like probably fashion Polly Pocket from the 2000s sized. They do not come with any kind of fashions that you can put out. I was hoping for like the fashion pieces to be sort of like clip-on or like made of a vinyl rubber that you can just put onto the doll, like the fashion Polly Pocket dolls from the 2000s had, but they do not. But still, I think some of the designs are cuter than others. I really like the ones that are more pastel. I think that one doll, I don't know what she is like Disney bounding, but she has humongous curly hair, super cute. Though all of these dolls are going to be having polypropylene hair, that's guaranteed. Still, that doll has a very cute color scheme to her, and I think that these Disney Tote-ily Teenies seem to be a very cute gimmicky doll line that you can buy for your kid, and I think at $9.99 they're also very competitively priced, so I don't think that there's much harm to those. Now, the next doll line that I'm going to be talking about is by Jakks Pacific again. This one is going to be in collaboration with the Australian sportswear fashion brand Roxy. Now, Roxy had already put out a set of Barbie fashion packs a few years back, like I think around 2019, 2020. Those fashion packs were really cute. I think some of those fashion packs were sort of like, you could not escape them on doll Instagram. Like everybody was putting their Barbies into those. And Roxy has this sort of like sportswear identity to it. I mean, it's Australian, so duh, it's going to be surfboard themed. So Jakks Pacific is joining forces with Authentic Brands Group to bring sports to playtime with the release of these new Roxy dolls. The Roxy dolls are 7.5-inch tall fashion dolls that highlight the action-packed sports of skateboarding, roller skating, surfing, and snowboarding. Each doll includes a special Roxy-inspired outfit, comb, sticker sheet, and Roxy sports accessories such as a snowboard, roller skates, surfboard, or skateboard, encouraging kids to enjoy various interests from fashion to sports. The marketing executive at Jakks Pacific said that with Roxy dolls, they are merging fashion, creativity, and adventures to provide kids with an exciting way to showcase their passion for action sports. They have meticulously designed these Roxy branded dolls to be both stylish and highly posable, perfect for hitting the streets, slopes, and waves with confidence and flair. The Roxy doll line from Jakks Pacific will be available exclusively online and in stores at Target for $19.99 in June. I do remember, speaking of obscure flop doll lines, I think in the early 2000s there was this doll line by the now defunct fast fashion brand Esprit. It's a German brand, and they put out fashion dolls that you could purchase in stores. And yeah, I think that was very interesting. So it's interesting to see now another fashion brand like Roxy put out fashion dolls. I think even H&M put out a fashion doll at one point, but those were hideous. Just with the Tote-ily teenies, I think some of those Roxy dolls are cuter than others. Overall, they all have the same base across the board. They might have some variations in terms of the eye color, but it's the same mold and same screening that they apply to these dolls. But the dolls are cute nonetheless. My personal favorite is probably the one that is surfboard themed, as well as the one that is roller skating themed. I think those two are the cutest of this bunch. But even the one that is snowboard themed has a very pretty cute pastel color motif going on in the fashion pieces that she's wearing. She even has a fabric beanie on top of her head, which is crazy. These dolls seem to be very well made. They're articulated. The hair quality on those promo pictures, to me, I think this is nylon hair that they have. It looks very good. The one that is surfboard themed, I think has a very cute surfboard. And I really like that Roxy was able to put their logo that is like sort of like diamond shaped onto that surfboard. Flop or not, who knows? I think this might be a one-off, because when it comes to these brand collaborations, not in a lot of instances they go beyond an initial wave. Like I can see like a Roxy themed doll line have like 4 or 5 waves that is going to be coming out. I'm also not 100% sure if these dolls are exclusive to Target stores in North America or Target stores in Australia. I've heard rumblings about Target closing stores in Down Under, because it seems like the Target stores there are not really heading off as well as they are in Northern America, so they might eventually be defunct there. Cute dolls, cute flops maybe. That about wraps up this video. That about wraps up all of the flops that I wanted to show you. Now it has to be seen whether they are going to be joining the other flops at the Khia Asylum, but they would make for a bunch of very cute inmates there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a dislike if you thought this video was trash, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already, and I might be seeing you in my next video. So, bye for now.